Okay, this is the final video of Lagoon, and good riddance. This is the final area, the secret place, and as you can already hear, it does not have its own unique music. It reuses the music from the gold mine. I had considered editing something else in, but once again, I was trying for the full, authentic Lagoon experience. This was not one of my better ideas. In any case, if you're really dedicated to grinding, you should really just go back to Lagoon Castle and grind off of the giants, because they're much easier than anything you'll find down here. Especially these little guys. These are vicious. The only reason I'm taking so little damage is because I equipped the defense ring before starting the video. In any case, there is actually a treasure here you can grab. It's not really necessary at all. Bam, bam. Should be somewhere nearby. Okay, 3 castings and I'm out of orbital moonbeam. Garrod, eat your heart out. The time ring, it freezes enemies in place. It probably doesn't work on bosses. So, the thing about the secret place is that, like most places in Lagoon, this is not an easy place to navigate. There are worse places to try to navigate in action RPGs, but Lagoon doesn't really help you out by keeping all of your problems confined to one dungeon. It's spread throughout the game. Well, know what was in there. In any case, going through this cavern should put me at level 34 for the final boss. Which is fine. You can comfortably finish the game at level 32 or so, but I didn't want to take any chances. And I didn't want to go whole hog to level 35, which is the level cap, even though that would be pretty easy to get to at this point. Yeah, rather than have bosses in Lagoon Castle other than the one we killed, they decide to lump all of the remaining loose ends into the end of the secret place. There are 4 bosses here in this version of the game, but in the Sharp version there were only 2. Just checking my stats to make sure I'd have the experience I wanted. This little freak has got to go. That was not the right way to do it. The reason there are 2 extra bosses has to do with the particulars of the SNES port. Okay, we're level 34, time to heal up and get prepped. We don't need Duma's key. We don't need to equip anything yet. I'm going to be messing around with equipment a lot in this next section. Okay, heal up. Yeah, Lagoon does not have especially quick menus. Okay, restore all the MP. And into the final boss rush. Okay, boss number 1, the Evil Spirit. Jump over fireballs, stab it in the face. Its disappearing eyeballs are markers of its health. Evil Spirit Phase 2. No problem. Just align yourself properly, stab it a bit, and you're through. Oh, oops. Okay, boss number 2 is Zera, because he actually lived through the fight with Matthias in this version. No need to equip any rings, because this guy's a joke. In fact, he actually uses normal monster physics, so you can shove him around with your shield if you want to. Okay, the third boss is Thor, who is actually the final boss of the original version of this game. He also had a much more interesting first phase with speed ramming and dividing up the arena, but you need to exploit the melee knockback to get through his ring barrier. Thunderbird Thor is a bit tricky, but there is a spot where you can fairly consistently damage him, which is right about here. Whenever he passes by, just jump and stab, and you should be able to avoid his projectiles and whatnot. Even if you get hit, you can climb back easily. This game, Thor just gets the generic boss music. Sorry. What do you think, Nasir? You had better be. Hero of Darkness against Hero of Light? We can't have thematics for our final boss. Oh no, this port gives us something else. Just need to prep up. This next boss teleports around quite a bit, so getting hidden can be iffy. But this is okay for reasons I'll show you soon. Also, instead of oh yeah, for safety. Oh no, instead of a thematically resounding boss fight for Lagoon SNES, our final boss fight is a palette swap who stole Thor's boss music. But that's okay, because we can and do something fun. Stunlock him! And that's the final boss of Lagoon. Oh, you had better be sorry, Moon Dad. So anyway, that's it for Lagoon. Final verdict? Don't play Lagoon. At the very least, don't speedrun Lagoon. With all that said, there are still some thanks I need to give out. First thanks go to the Secret Place, the Lagoon fan site, for providing all of the maps that were used to preserve my sanity as I went through this game. And other thanks go to PJ DeCesar and the SDA community for uncovering all of the technical bits that I would have not figured out on my own, and for generally giving this game so much attention that it may or may not have deserved. This certainly isn't the worst game I've played for any of the console systems, but I'm glad to have this one over with. Oh yes, as a final thing, this version of the game has no credits. How about that? That is the end, and I will be taking a small break after finishing out Lagoon. And next time on this channel, we will be tackling Ys Origin. I will be seeing you then. This is R-Type. See you next game.